Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to SineasTalk in MAN 19. I'm Fatan as your host and here with my friend Sultan.
Hello, good morning. My name is Sultan Zaran and I'm happy to be here talking with you, Fatan.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about Wall-E. Wall-E itself is a film made in 2008 by director Andrew Stanton, starring Ben Burtt as Wall-E himself and Eva Knights as Eve. The story goes that a robot was deployed by humans to clean up the trash that has been littered all over the earth. The earth has been a wasteland. Robots were deployed there to clean up the trash, but only Wall-E survives out of those millions of robots that are like him. Wall-E is very, very lonely and is desperate to find a friend. One day, a robot came into the earth to investigate the conditions of the earth. Wall-E then met Eva and fell in love with her. Then, suddenly, they get into the Axiom ship that is going in space to let Earth and make a new place for humans to live. Because the humans are too dependent on technology, the people there were disabled and fat. They could not even move. A captain there was trying to fight with an antagonist named Otto to replant the Earth back because it was the only way that the Earth could be saved from becoming a total wasteland. Long story short, the fight ended and the captain wins. Then Wall-E comes back to the earth and replants the first seed, or as you call it here in the film, the last seed ever, the last plant ever, to regrow and make the earth green again.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, maybe I was probably 8 years old maybe. It was a very great film, man. It's got that message right there. Humans that are way too dependent on technology, it makes them feel, well, I just say, less intelligent, right? I mean, they don't know if the information that they got is right or wrong. They are too dependent, they could not think critically. So I guess it's a very good film. I heard they have a tomato meter of about probably 95% and a popcorn meter of probably 90% if I remember. It's a great film. It's also one of the greatest romantic films I've ever seen, in my opinion, right? The love story between Wall-E and Eve, it's so heartwarming. Their relationship is inseparable, you know? I love it. It's also the greatest movie Disney has ever produced. It also has a lot of funny moments like Wall-E making friends with that cockroach, right? Remember?
Yeah,
Back on Earth. It's very funny. Also, Wall-E has actually a good personality, you know? Yeah, he has developed a taste for collecting trinkets as his hobby, you know? He is very robot and human-like, you know? The most human robot ever. It's a very good film, you know?
Yeah, and I guess it is very relevant with our problem now, especially with AI. People have been too dependent on AI to solve problems, which made them less intelligent and not really creative, as in like Wall-E. We can see the similarities in there. The difference is only in Wall-E, the people became too lazy to work on their own self. That's why they become fat and disabled, right?
Yeah, I mean, they could not even walk for about like 5 steps or maybe more, you know? I mean, they're like overgrown babies.
Yeah, they use chairs to walk.
Well, not chairs, maybe like floating chairs, you know? That like, probably there's magnets, you know? That's why they stay afloat. Just like the maglev train that use magnets to float. Well, not float maybe. Probably levitate, you know? Levitate above the rails. Yeah, I like that. Although it's very silly when I look at them, you know? Their big bellies, their big arms and legs. man. It's a pity, you know. This film has relevance to our society that probably too dependent on technology. So it's important for us to learn and use technology wisely, you know. We need to use it for, well, not for doing our tasks, but for as a way to be efficient in time, you know, do our tasks efficiently. But let's not let AI take over our jobs, you know. I mean, if AI takes our job, then what will we do? How are we going to get an income? How are we going to stay alive without a job, you know?
Yeah, that would be scary if AI takes over our jobs.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
I mean, teachers replaced with, I don't know, an automaton, you know? That would be very scary, you know? But to me, it would be better if teachers on this century are actually human, you know? Because teachers have given a lot of personality to their students, you know, other than robots. Robots just, I don't know, send like only information. They don't talk. They don't conversate with students. They just they just teach. They just correct if the students are wrong, and that's it. They only correct mistakes. They only teach them. But for teachers, they can share their experience, right? They've been through a lot, you know. They could share an important message that has already happened to them. This could actually help students to diligent, become more intelligent, and they know what they will face in the coming future. That is what I like. So it would be better if the teachers on this century stay human and not robot. When I don't like it. I don't like to hear like people like that.
Yeah, if teachers are human, they could tell about a lot about their backstories. If teachers are robots, they just teach, and then they didn't tell about anything else.
Yeah, they're like, you know, too tense, you know, too tense, too cold. But for teachers, they are there. They are happy for you. They are happy to tell a lot of things, you know, to tell their knowledge, tell their stories, all their sacrifice, all their suffering, and all their happiness. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for the students to become their inspiration.
Yeah, and I think Wall-E has been this relevant film till now because it talks about the modern struggles of AI being the robot that has control over humans, because take humans can be dependent on it if they don't think very hardly.
Yeah.
They could take AI as their own companion, as their own, what is it, helper, solver of the problems, and then AI could learn from it, you know, machine learning.
Yeah.
It can learn more from humans and then take over humans because they're too dependent on them. And I guess this film is a must watch for you guys.
Yeah. Not to mention, you know, I mean, this happened to me one day. Like, I was doing my maths homework, you know. I was completely troubled with the equation, you know, and I used AI. But after I got the results that the AI gave to me, it turns out it was wrong. It was by the teacher. After the teacher checked, it was wrong. I got the wrong answer. And at that moment, I started to realize maybe it would be better if I learn on my own, maybe not too dependent on AI.
Yeah, we need to use it wisely
Yeah.
and more better.
Yeah, and also not forget that we as a student must learn, not just, you know, just write our answer from AI, you know. It's
Yeah.
not learning, it's just working, you know, working without learning. Yeah, how are you going to achieve your dreams?
Yeah, how are we gonna be disciplined person if we only use AI?
Yeah.
That's not good. And I guess that's the end of it, guys. Thank you for watching and see you guys at the
Yes.
next SineasTalk. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.